Hello and welcome to another edition of DBE TV News. Thank you for tuning in to the weekly news update from the basic education sector. You are watching us on OpenView Channel 122, on the DBE YouTube channel, or on BRICS TV Channel 509 Starset. My name is Tsehohacho Moachim. In the news this week, the Basic Education Department has begun comprehensive sexuality education workshops for senior management teams and school governing bodies. We get an understanding of the purpose of the workshop and expectations from those who were in attendance. In Limpopo, the Education Department has inaugurated new SGB members. MEC Poli Bushielo explains what she expects from them. In Mpumalanga, MEC Bonagele Majuba visited Bukhosi Bedfu Full Service School. He gives details of what he has found and if he is satisfied with the work done by the principal to ensure learners living with special needs are well accommodated. We go to Fine Town Secondary School in Gauteng. The school has been in existence since 2011, but still operating with mobile classrooms only. We speak to the principal about the challenges and their request to the department. And in our feature of women HODs in the basic education sector, we sit down with Moira Murray, the head of department at the Northern Cape Education Department. She tells us about her passion for education and plans for the province. Remember, you can use any of our social platforms to share your thoughts with us. On Twitter at DBE_SA and DBE TV News, Facebook DBESA, Instagram DBESA. You can use the hashtag DBE News. The Basic Education Department has embarked on comprehensive sexuality education workshops for senior management teams and school governing bodies. CSE aims to ensure that the department assists learners to build an understanding of concepts, content, values, and attitudes related to sexuality, sexual behavior change, as well as leading safe and healthy lives. Comprehensive sexuality education has been part of the curriculum for 21 years now, but in 2015, the department developed scripted lesson plans which are currently being used in provinces to ensure that learning is the same throughout the country.
Issues of HIV prevention in schools, abantwana bethu, they've been taught. Issues around life skill education and co-curriculum activities, they've been taught for the past 21 years. But maybe the problem is that the message was not put across ngendlela efanele. Into ayikhulumayo leyo. Now that is why now sisithi ke ngoku senza comprehensive sexuality education. If you were in an SMT presentation aspect, besizonitshela ukuthi kukhulunywa nge-scripted lesson plans. La manje, the teachers, when they teach these kids, there are lesson plans ekumele bezilandele to make sure that the kids, they understand the message. A child oseKhayelitsha eCape Town, a child oseMabopane ePitoli, a child oseBushbuck Ridge, ma uthisha emile ekhuluma umntana ka grade 4 about my body not to be touched, efundisa a particular lesson, it must be the same lesson across.
This is what some of the SGB members in attendance had to say about CSE and other issues concerning them at their various schools.
At least ha re le dikolong re kgone ba le di voice le gona re state ntho tse re sa di rateng le tse tshwantseng di be right for bana ba rona dikolong.
Most of the time Tina singama SGB from previously, we have so many things that sizicela ezikolweni singakhona ukuthi sizithole ku previous SGB. So now I'm again ku SGB. So mina ngicela ukuthi icelo zethu za previous 3 years kulo nyaka lo ngicela ukuthi into eziningi esizicelayo ku GDE zenzeke. For example, abantwana bethu ezikolweni ibullying dala sikhala ngayo ezikolweni. Number 2, inhlamba, sexual into eziningi izinto esikhala ngazo sizicela kuma principals wethu ukuthi njengabazali masibambisaneni sibe yinyawo ibhodo lenyawo ezi3 sisebenzisaneni ikhalo zethu ezikolweni zizwakale njengama parents.
In Limpopo, Education MEC Poli Bushielo has welcomed and inaugurated newly appointed school governing body members across the province. She thanked the SGB members for heeding the call to serve and deliver quality education to learners in the province. Bushielo used the event to remind the SGB of their role in schools, that they are expected to be part of the solution, to raise challenges, engage constructively with the department, and work with the department to resolve challenges in the interest of the school.
Today we are inaugurating our newly elected SGBs, as we could not do it earlier due to COVID-19 regulations. And we could not also call them, all of them, because of the regulations. We respect the regulations. But one of the immediate tasks that they must do as newly appointed SGBs, they must make sure that there's good governance at schools, that our finances are taken care of, and that there's accountability in terms of what is being done at school, and also improve the quality of teaching and learning. They must make sure that the health and safety protocols that are in place are adhered to at all times. They must make sure that all learners and teachers and cleaners and food handlers that are at schools wash their hands with soap regularly, sanitize, and also make sure that they wear the mask and they observe social distances. Everybody who comes to the school must be screened and temperature be taken, and also sanitize their hands. We welcome all of you. It's unfortunate we could not welcome you physically, but we welcome you to be partners and make sure that we improve the quality of education and teaching in our schools. We expect you to not to be the opposition, but also to assist us to be able to make our schools better. Welcome all of you.
And speaking after their inauguration, SGB members say they are ready to get to business and get working.
My position as an SGB means that I must support the school with full responsibilities and on behalf of parents, taking into account that I myself am also a parent. When you work with learners like the ones at primary school, always think about your position as a parent and always take mandate from other parents in order to support the school community with that dignity and respect. The immediate challenge that as a newly appointed chairperson of the SGB that I want to address at the school is the issue of admissions. You know, parents sometimes, they spend the whole night here around the school waiting for that moment. So as the department is coming up with new innovative ways, that is what we will be sharing with parents so that they understand how and where we are heading to as a school.
The new members have been trained, and this will continue throughout their tenure at the school.
And this governing body that we are inaugurating, we have already provided them with basic training on their roles and responsibilities. And we believe through the trainings that are still going to come, trainings that are still going to continue, our governing bodies will be more effective and efficient. The challenges that we used to experience, such as challenges of parents who are rented, it will be something of yesterday because they are established according to regulations. Challenges of governing bodies who are not focused on the interest of the learner, it will be something of yesterday, because they are taught that they are there to serve learners, in particular to ensure that quality education and the safety of learners, and including educators within our schools, it's a priority. And those are the type of governing bodies that we have established in 2021.
Stay tuned. After the break, we get news from Mpumalanga and Gauteng.
The future of South Africa lies in your hands. Our goal is to ensure that your health is taken care of so that you can continue building your future.
Vaccination is just the end point. We've got Higher Health, which is our own institution that has helped us greatly. They came up with an app very early to do a health check. You can check yourself every day, every morning, to see if you have got any symptoms that could actually suggest that you have actually been infected, or you could have been with people who actually have been infected. And also the sector actually has managed to set aside, almost each and every campus has got an isolation room. You know, we've trained tens of thousands of students and staff volunteers. That means we are going to be vaccinating an estimated 250,000 staff members and senior students. And we are really hopeful that by the time 3 weeks is up, we would really have vaccinated largely the whole sector. This is really about social solidarity and working together. If you vaccinate yourself, you are not only saving your lives, but you are also saving lives of other people.
From the 1st of September, young people aged 18 to 34 years old can register to vaccinate on vaccine.enroll.health.gov.za or call 0800 029 999. Brought to you by Higher Health.
Welcome back. The Mpumalanga Education MEC, Bonagele Majuba, visited Bukhosi Betfu Full Service School and says he's pleased with the work being done by the principal and teachers at the school. The school has over 1,100 learners, and 467 of them are learners with special education needs, including Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and hard of hearing. The MEC also used the time to monitor COVID-19 compliance and also health and safety protocols.
Well, I'm quite impressed, firstly, by the commitment of the principal, the SGP, and the teachers, the way they are managing the school. They are taking care of the learners in the school, and the school has been growing, the enrollment. I also came to visit the place where children are accommodated, and it's quite impressive. I can say that the place is clean, and children are given what is due to them, and I listen to them speaking. They are all happy, and I'm quite impressed by the way. I'm also happy that the school for the first time is going to have grade 12 in Mpumalanga. It's going to be for the first time that we have got a sign language which is going to be in grade 12 in the province of Mpumalanga. It's something that we think is quite an achievement, and we are quite happy that we have got that situation. The inclusive education section in the department is here, and I'm quite happy about their intentions of trying to improve further the inclusive education in the province.
Fine Town Secondary School Principal Sydney Kazide has wished the matric class of 2021 at his school well as they begin the prelim exams. The school, based in Gauteng, was established in 2011. It currently has 1,768 learners, with over 200 of those in matric. For 10 years, the school has been operating through mobile classrooms, but despite the infrastructure and social distancing challenges, the school management says learners are determined to succeed. Our reporter, Nandika Bierkes, has more details.
This is the learning environment learners at Fine Town Secondary School are subjected to daily. It's not an ideal space, and this has been the situation for 10 years now. Now, with rotational learning brought on by COVID-19, there are additional challenges.
Classrooms are a problem. We're running short of accommodation. It is difficult to implement social distancing as a result because you have got a large number of learners who should be accommodated in a very congested space. So we struggle in implementing social distancing. However, we utilize the option of 1 meter social distancing instead of 1.5, just to try and minimize the challenge that we are faced with in terms of accommodation. However, the rotation program assisted a lot because that is when we would not find ourselves having to deal with a lot of learners at the same time. As they rotate, they are given an opportunity to utilize the available resources that we have at the school. So as a result, we are able to control the situation. Although it is not at a maximum level, however, we are trying our best to try and adhere to the protocols of COVID-19.
Finetown Secondary is the only public high school in the area offering home languages that others do not.
We've got 4 primary schools that are our feeder school in the area. And as a public school, a government school, it's only one, which is ourselves, Finetown Secondary School. So we receive most of the learners who come from these 4 feeder schools, and it creates an influx at our school in terms of numbers. And we have got infrastructural challenges as a result, where we're running short of accommodation and furniture for those learners. It results in challenges in terms of discipline, because we have got a large number of learners enrolled at our school, and as a result they become more crowded in classrooms because they cannot go to other secondary schools. The other aspect that attributes to that high number is because of the languages that are offered at our school. We offer 2 home languages, that is isiZulu and Sesotho. So most of these learners want to do those home languages, and we are the only school around the area that offer those subjects. So hence we've got a high number of learners who are coming to enroll at our school for that purpose.
The school governing body says they've pleaded with the Provincial Education Department to assist with building a new school, but it seems their calls have fallen on deaf ears. However, they continue to ask for assistance.
They can please urgently come and build us a permanent mortar and brick structure. We will really appreciate that, because rainy seasons are coming. We've got holes on top of the roof. These containers are leaking, so the children's books always get wet while they're in the classrooms. So we're in dire need of a permanent structure.
And for safety and security purposes, the school has partnered with stakeholders in the area.
Our school was being broken every week. Then as SGB, we decided to go to the taxi people. We asked them to come and they put their taxis here every night. Since then, it's better.
Despite these challenges, the school is working on improving their matric results for this year by setting up camps for learners as they head to their final examinations.
We intend to engage on a camp again in this period of the final examinations, whereby learners will be having a camp within school premises. We are engaging with the parents of those learners for support in terms of finances, so that we will be able to pay those educators that will be sourcing out to come and provide tuition to those learners. So we hope and believe this program will intensify the other programs that we always run as part of intervention. And we believe if those learners are given more time to revise on their academic activities in all subjects, they will be able to accelerate their performance for 2021.
So, what message then does Gazide have for the matric class of 2021 at Finetown Secondary School?
I wish them the best. I hope they find it in their heart that they are on the last lap. They should give it the best. It is only this opportunity that they have that might not come again in their lifetime. So if they find it in their heart to go the extra mile and create an abnormal situation in their lives for the sake of making it happen for themselves in grade 12, I believe and I'm 100% sure that they will make it for grade 12.
Nandika Bukis, Finetown Secondary School in Johannesburg.
Stay tuned. After the break, we get to know Moira Murray, the HOD at the Northern Cape Education Department.
All I want is to feel safe, to feel loved, and to be free to show love, like you.
I cry when I'm hurt, because to feel is to be human. I pledge to be more open about my emotions.
Make it part of the new normal for young boys to be nurtured and loved, to freely express themselves and to show love in a safe, inclusive way. We have different gender identities, but first, we are human. If you need assistance to help your child, contact Childline on 08000 55 555.
Now, let's go to the country's largest province, the Northern Cape, to get to know more about Moira Murray. She is the HOD in the Provincial Education Department. Murray was born in Knysna and says from a young age, teachers have always encouraged her to do her best, and that helped shape her life. She left the basic education sector for a while and went into local government, where she was the mayor of the district municipality. Murray spoke to our colleague Terence Kala about the qualities women bring into the basic education sector.
I think my stint in local government, when I was the mayor of the district municipality, it made you conscious all the time of the situation that our people find themselves in and the challenges on the ground, because you did have to go and meet with communities on a regular basis. Also, my interaction with learners, when I was a teacher, you know, you get drawn into the circumstances of your learners, so you are reminded of that all the time. But my hope and intention has always been to make a difference for the better of the people wherever I would find myself.
I mean, maybe let's expand on that a little bit. I mean, I get that motherly sense that's coming through, you know, the devotion towards the children. But I think as a mother of the sector now, with the position that you hold in the province, what impact do you really hope to make on the education system here in the Northern Cape?
In the Northern Cape, there's a number of challenges. There's the distances that we have to face. That means in terms of the budget that we have, you know, we have the smallest population, but I do believe that children, regardless of how few they are and where they find themselves, that we should equalize access to education. So that's one of the first things. One of the other things coming out of being an educator myself, and having just returned recently to the sector, there are certain things which make me sad in a way, because you look at the educators and you realize that teachers' morale is very low. When you speak to teachers, they will even tell me, Moira, but it's not the same like it used to be, you know. I believe children need discipline and they need love, both of them. And then they need to be guided. So if there's anything that I can do to improve the quality of education, to improve the quality of learning, to lift the morale of teachers, to get our learners to understand that they have to craft their own future, and to provide in the best way that we can. As the Northern Cape, we have a very small budget compared to other provinces. But we are always told that we have to make do with what we have, and we have to make the best of what we have. So that would be my intention.
Certainly. I think we definitely in an unprecedented time right now, where we have our department being led by two very strong women in the minister and the deputy minister. But we've also recently seen that there are now 5 female HODs that have been appointed in the sector. What does that mean for you as a female leader yourself? What does it mean to see the department being led so well by women?
I think it's an affirmation of the dedication that women can bring to the sector. It is a sector that at the core of the sector is service. I think women are empathic leaders. We try to bring the humanity more into the picture. And I'm not saying men are inhumane, but I do think that women bring a specific quality to leadership, which I believe is coming into its own right, and where it's beginning to be acknowledged that you need emotional intelligence and qualities like those in order to lead successfully. It's not just about the physicalness or the paperwork. It's about the human beings that make up an organization, and we really do need people who can galvanize our human resources together, because you can throw money at the problem, but if your people are not galvanized, if they are not motivated, and I believe it's those qualities that women bring into the sector.
The full interview with HOD Moira Murray is available on the DBE YouTube channel. And that brings us to the end of this week's news roundup on Channel 122 on OpenView, on YouTube and on BRICS TV Channel 509 Starset. Remember to stay safe and to comply with all the COVID health protocols. Until next time, it's goodbye from myself, Tsegoha Moagi, and the DBE TV News team. Thank you for watching.